Shabbat Shalom. I hope you all are doing well. I am blessed and I am back again with a quick video. In this video, I'm going to be talking about how this pagan Christmas holiday falls directly on our Sabbath. Now, some of you may agree and some of you may disagree, but the Shabbat is the seventh day of our weekly cycle, and it's been that way since the beginning of creation. It doesn't matter how these evil people think to change times. They haven't been able to actually change Yahuwah's calendar. And just how they have thought to change biblical truth by creating their own doctrines, they have also thought to change times. You see, they can't change the Most High's ancient time clock. The celestial bodies are what calculate days, weeks, months, and years. You see, no human can change the moon's prescribed course, positions, and light. They can't change the 12 gates that open the disk of the sun's chariot and the laws regarding light from the sun. You see, they can't change the Most High's days, weekly cycles, months, or years that the Most High established at the beginning of time. If Elohim didn't give Satan the power to actually change time, what then is Satan doing? Let's look at Daniel 7:25 for the answer. It says, "And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws, and they shall be given into his hand until a time and times and the dividing of time." Now, why does this verse say that he would think to change times? Why doesn't it say that he changed times? And this verse is so right when it says that Satan would think to change times and that it would wear out the saints, because many of us, although we know the laws, we know about keeping the Sabbath and the feast days, we have no idea how to correctly keep them according to the Most High's time. And so now you see how divided we've become as a nation, with fighting and bickering and, debating with each other on when the Sabbath is and when the feast days fall. There was a comment on a brother's channel that I read, and I really liked this comment where someone said that you can just tell that the seventh day of the week, in which they named the pagan name Saturday, which really begins at evening on Friday, and it goes all the way until Saturday evening. He said that you can tell that the Sabbath is Saturday. And when he said this, it resonated in my spirit. I immediately understood what he was saying, even though this is difficult to explain to the average person. He was basically saying that the day feels different. You can tell that this day is different from all the other days of the week. And I believe that you have to be spiritually awake to see this, because the atmosphere is different and the energy of this day is different. And Yahuwah teach us in the book of Jubilees that this day is holier than any other day of the week. If you guys follow my videos, then you know that I like to set the tone of the video by giving you some foundation to go on before I get into the actual message. So I said all that to say, what a coincidence that this pagan Christmas holiday falls on the holiest day of the week. If you keep Sunday worship, in which is the first day of the week, then you're not going to understand this, because this is involving the actual Sabbath day, in which is the seventh day. They named it Saturday. They gave it a pagan name, but the day numerically still remains since the day of creation. Now, if you're a person who moves your Sabbaths around during the weekly cycle, you're not going to understand this either, because chances are your Sabbath is probably not today either. And you're probably out doing things that is not permitted on the Shabbat. Back in ancient Egypt, the Most High told the children of Israel to put the lamb's blood on their doorposts so that when death passed over Egypt, it wouldn't kill their firstborn. Now, we must apply this same concept to our current situation. If we want to remain safe under the Most High's protection, we must be obedient by keeping the Sabbath holy and not following the vain ways of the heathen. By celebrating Christmas, this pagan holiday, on the Most High's holy Shabbat. Today is the day that we are commanded to keep the Sabbath holy. It's a day of rest, and the Most High gave us all the instructions for what we can and can't do on the Sabbath. We must cease from doing any kind of work. We cannot buy or sell, cook, clean, etc., etc. And we definitely cannot celebrate Satan's holidays on the holy Sabbath or any other day of the year. Now, the key to this is obedience, because if any of those Israelites would have decided not to put the blood of the lamb on their doorpost, they could have easily died. I want to warn you of something. When days like this happen and these pagan holidays fall on our Shabbats and our feast days, do not be surprised if something very catastrophic happens. There's a lot of increasing weather disasters happening all over the earth right now, along with this pandemic. If you could imagine, things are going to get even worse. The Most High is angry, and he's about to destroy this wicked kingdom. And people are being destroyed for lack of knowledge. People are saying that time is short, when in all actuality, time is up. We are at the end of the age. The Messiah is about to return. And even though we don't know what day he's going to return on, we see the signs. We don't have time to debate and go back and forth about things that are clearly stated in the scriptures that we can and can't do. The truth is available for everyone to see, but people are blinded by the desires of their own hearts. So we are at a point in time now that we just don't have time to debate with people who want to live a heathenistic lifestyle. We are at the end of time. That's why Revelations chapter 22 and 11 says, "He that is unjust, let him be unjust still. And he which is filthy, let him be filthy still. And he that is righteous, let him be righteous still. And he that is holy, let him be holy still." And this is because we're living at the end of this age, in a time where there's no time left. Either people are wicked or they're righteous. Just like in the days of Noah, when Noah was trying to tell everyone that there was going to be a flood and that he was building an ark and that they needed to change their wicked ways. They had 120 years, but they decided that they wanted to get onto the ark when the flood came, and it was too late. No, the Most High said, if you're wicked in the end time, let them stay wicked. And if you're righteous, come on board the ark. At the time Noah boarded the ark with the animals and his family, there was no time for people to change. That's the time we're living in now. Let the wicked stay wicked, and let the righteous stay righteous. Everyone who still loves and chooses to embrace these satanic holidays, let them stay wicked. There's no time left to try to persuade someone or try to point them in the right direction of biblical truth if their lifestyles and their heart's desire is contrary to what the law is in the scriptures. This doesn't mean that we're going to stop teaching people biblical truth, but it does mean that we're not going to try to twist someone's arm if they obviously don't want to hear what biblical truth is. The other day at work, I had a fellow coworker ask me why I don't keep Christmas. Now, I am a person who likes to sit down with a body of precepts to show someone what the Bible actually says. I literally felt like I didn't have time to tell her. I told her to check out Jeremiah chapter 10, and I didn't know she would pull it up right there on the spot on her phone, but she did, and she read verses 1 through 5, in which reads, "Hear ye the word which Yahuwah speak unto you, O house of Israel. Thus said Yahuwah, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them." Verse 3, "For the customs of the people are vain, for one cutteth a tree out of the forest, the work of the hands of the workmen with the axe. They deck it with silver and with gold. They fasten it with nails and with hammers, that it move not. They are upright as the palm tree, but speak not. They must needs be born, because they cannot go. Be not afraid of them, for they cannot do evil, neither also is it in them to do good." This is a very profound chapter in Jeremiah. There's absolutely no way that anyone could not see that this is talking about the actual Christmas tree. It tells us not to go into the forest, cut it down, bring it in our homes, and decorate it, because there's nothing that this tree can do for us. But the Most High says that He does all things. And if we dabble in these evil practices, the Most High will send evil upon us. Isaiah 45:7 says, "I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, Yahuwah, do all these things." It would be in our best interest to obey the voice of the Most High by keeping His laws, statutes, and commandments to the best of our ability, and not follow the ways of the heathens by keeping vain customs and practices. Just type in Nimrod and Christmas, the origin of Christmas, Old Saint Nick, Krampus. If you type in Old Nick, as you can see here, it says Old Nick, Judeo-Christian and Islamic religions, chief spirit of evil and adversary of Elohim, tempter of mankind, master of hell, Beelzebub, devil, Lucifer, prince of darkness, Satan the tempter. But you see, no one wants to do any research. Everyone wants to just have a good old time. But you see, it would be in your best interest to go and do some research, because Judgment Day will be here before you know it. And instead of entering into the kingdom, you'll be headed to the lake of fire. This concludes my video. May Yahuwah bless you and keep you and your family safe. Keep Yahuwah's laws, statutes, and commandments to the best of your ability. And remember Matthew chapter 24 and verse 13. He that endures unto the end, the same shall be saved. And until my next video, Shalom.